Oh, hey there, guys. It's Phoenix. Let's actually move you guys around so you're not, deafened by the fan on my computer, which is loud for some reason. Um, so we're gonna talk today about another figure, one that, the one or one of the, little treats to myself, both because of the holiday season. I am gonna donate, of course. It's what I do every holiday season. Um, but I'm also celebrating some stuff. I'm celebrating the holiday season, and I'm celebrating the fact that in about 6 days, I hit 1 year with the company that I've been working for, and it's just considering it's been kind of a rocky road with jobs and in my field since I've been in Pittsburgh. I'm very happy to be at a job that I love and to have been there for a year. It's kind of awesome. Well, basically a year. Um, Anyhoozle, let's talk about Titan's Return Trigger Happy. As far as I know, he is just starting to hit shelves in some areas. I know he and Rodimus, who are the main two that are new from Wave 3 of the Deluxes, um, have hit like the western part of Pittsburgh, um, which is not that far from me, but I don't really want to trek out on the chance that I might not see them. So, and even before I knew that he was on pegs in my general area, I'm like, you know what? He looks amazing. I'm just gonna get him off of eBay, and I got him for basically retail plus shipping, from overseas, just loose, no instructions, whatever. Um, but you don't really need the instructions. Yeah. So honestly, I have to completely agree with everything Pia said in his review of Trigger Happy here, because this is a freaking great figure. Um, the main issue that I have with Titan's Return so far is that while a lot of the figures are really good, especially the deluxes, none of them have really blown me away or wowed me. And hell, not even the Leader Blaster did. And I still haven't tracked down Leader Power Master Optimus Prime. So, although to be honest, I may just save up and get Takara's version and get their God Bomber armor upgrade kit as well. They did, or not upgrade kit, but they did a Sonic Bomber, not Sonic Bomber, a God Bomber standalone figure, which is kind of cool. Um, but anyhow, I digress. Um, but while Trigger Happy kind of remedies that for me in a little bit, um, which makes him my favorite figure of Titan's Return so far. I don't think that he makes me single-handedly want to go whole hawk into this line, um, because frankly, just finances and space, as I mentioned in a video a couple months ago now. That was a response to Vigadeath. Space is a huge reason why I'm ratcheting back my collection. That and just also finances. I mean, come on, look, that entire shelf right there is packed pretty full. Um, and that's before my attempting to sell my Make Toys Mitron, or not Make Toys, DX9 Mitron, um, to save that space there for the proper Takara Masterpiece Megatron that's coming out in the spring. Um, but yeah, back to Trigger Happy here. I think the main wow factor for me is the transformation. Both modes, this jet starfighter-ish mode and the robot mode, are really fun to fiddle around with, and the jet mode is very whooshable. Yeah, that's a phrase. Deal with it. But there's just something to be said about the transformation. It's more involved than you think it would be, but it's very intuitive, and it honestly, to me, is very reminiscent and just that of those transformations that we got in the Generations ranges before Dark of the Moon. And even a little bit in Dark of the Moon, some of those figures, but not that much. But the Generations figures that came out around that era, a couple of years ago, but even before, this transformation is reminiscent of that, which I freaking love. And it's a really cleverly designed transformation for a jet former, and it kind of refreshes that whole how does this jet transform into a robot and back into a jet thing. Because let's be honest, there's only so many different ways you can do a jet to robot and vice versa transformation without it getting stagnant. This like takes that and just like completely says, hey, this shit will be clever, yo. We're not gonna make another stagnant transformation on a jet former. I literally just transformed this guy to a bot mode or to jet mode here, but I'm gonna show off the transformation because why the hell not? Um, I believe really quickly though that these guns are going to be the same ones that come with a 6-shot from time to turn, which is fine. Although I feel like I think Emgo pointed it out in his review of 6-shot that the guns, which you can peg together, yeah, are like a soft rubbery plastic on 6-shot, which is kind of annoying. So when I get 6-shot, because I'm going to, because I want like a good just like 6-shot figure, and the third-party ones are way too expensive for me. I might just give him these guns. Anyhow, set those off to the side. I love the transformation on Trigger Happy, as I've said. So we're gonna fold up the landing gear like that. Honestly, if I had like a big gripe, as I break the landing gear by folding it the wrong way, if I had a gripe with a Trigger Happy, it's that the whatever, we're just gonna leave that off the side. I'll fix that later. It's that the nose cone section up here does look a little bit hollow after you flip down the landing gear. But whatever. So transformation. So you want to take this section here after you've folded up the landing gear. There's a break in the cockpit right there. You want to just basically bring that down like that. That will allow you to then open up the rest of the cockpit, pop out the Titan Master, whose name I don't know. Yeah. He's fairly well detailed. Yeah, he's just your standard Titan Master. Fold him up. Get the legs to do their leg thing. Rotate the face, because apparently that helps the guy stay on the joint. The head. There's the head mode. Coming back to Trigger Happy himself. You leave this part down for now. Then what you do, you want to come here to the entire back section of the jet. You want to untab these sections from this center section right here. And as everything else comes untabbed, you want to, there we go. You want to swing these sections out on this little armature here. So just leave them like that right now, get them out of the way. Then untab this entire section if it hadn't come untabbed already, and unfold it like so. And then rotate it at that joint right there, 180. You can kind of see that's going to be the waist. Take the feet right here, flip them out. The heel spurs will just follow because they're on a geared mechanism, like that. We'll split the legs here in a second. So leave him like this. You're probably wondering, how the hell is this going to transform into a robot? This looks like a fucking hot mess. So what you do, on this little assembly right here, which I love this little simple bit of engineering, because it's just so, like, clever in a way that I don't know why nobody thought of it before, at least in the mainline release. So you just rotate that entire assembly 180. You straighten this section up like so, close the cockpit. This half of the cockpit will then tab into here to lock all of that together like that. You fold what was the front part of the jet against the back, against this geared mechanism, and then come back to the front of the figure. Let's sort out all this business. You take this armature, you collapse it into this blue panel right here. I almost said purple. It's not purple. It's a deep blue panel right here, so that this tab, which was tabbed into the arm right around here, or what will be the arm, goes into this groove on the side of the torso. So you do that. It's just basically accordion this all in, like so, until you get a nice subtle click. You want it to look like that. Then, just to finish up the arms, take this wing, you bend it back, it just kind of like friction rests in here, and you take the guns, and you fold them up, and then you come here, and you flip out the wrist. The guns here do kind of get in the way, and that is my gripe with the robot mode, but I can legitimately overlook that. Same thing on this side. Do that. Let's go ahead and just do this stuff here too, because that will help you get a little bit more forced to lock in this section, which can be a little finicky. That tab is fairly tight when it comes to clicking in for robot mode. Flip out the wrist. Sorry, that was off camera. I don't really care. There's so many reviews of this figure out already. Make sure everything is tabbed in. There we go. Obviously, you split the legs. And we'll take care of that thing here in a second. Headmaster port. You guys know what to do. Especially if you've been collecting Titan's Return. We'll give him his guns in a second here. But that's Trigger Happy's robot mode. Minus these here, which are just like weirdly awkward forearm mounted pylon guns. This is a really awesome looking robot mode in my opinion. And again, you just saw how cool the transformation is. I really like it. It's a very posable robot mode too. And what I like about having the guns hang out here, even if they do kind of bump up against the wings here on the side, is that if you want to, you can knock off his head, reattach his head, but then, in all honesty, you can kind of like bring the arm forward on the shoulder joint, fold it in the wrist, and bring out that as like an extendo arm hand cannon thing, which is just really cool. And if you look at it from the side, it looks like it just replaced his hand or like went over his hand, which is really cool. I like that little play feature. He's a very fun and fiddleable deluxe. And like I said, he's honestly probably one of my favorites from Titan's Return. That's how he looks with the gun in his hand. I'm not going to tab it in, because I'm lazy. But yeah, he's really cool. I really like Trigger Happy here. He is, I don't know, he's a lot of fun. And the transformation, you saw how cool it is. So, if he's in your area, if he's on the pegs by you, pick him up. He's a lot of fun. I don't know that I've had this much fun with the Titan's Return Deluxe. And Hardhead is one of my favorites. Blur in that mold is one of my favorites. So, yeah, no, this is a very fun, solid deluxe class figure. So, definitely go out and get him.